Tottenham 2, Chelsea nil, and it was nice to enjoy a good game of football. And it feels good being a Spurs supporter. We've had a bit of a rocky old journey this year, but are we building up a head of steam? Because I've seen Spurs sides in the past where we start off well, and maybe because we play many matches, we tail off at the end of the season. Where this season maybe it will go like last season, where we just got better and better and better. And the stamina and fitness of the players will maybe get us something at the end. You never know. It was a great performance. We're quick. I don't even like to call it like a counter attack, but there's passages of play where we're pinging the ball around so fast and running so fast. It was really good to see. And you know, football isn't about just skill; it's about intensity. If you're playing a crap team, but they're as working hard as you, they've got a chance. Whereas we were good and we were intense and fast and in Chelsea's faces. All the players did well. All of them. Royale, Foster, I think was great in goal. He's good enough. Didn't fuck it up. Kept the ball out of the net. That was great. The other defenders, I mean, Romero was sensational. The way he was picking out players with his passing was amazing. The other two defenders, much like the Man City game, I don't think they were really tested. So jury's still out on the rest of the defenders. When we're not under pressure and the ball is up the pitch, they do all right. But when we're under assault, I don't know. Chelsea didn't really trouble us much. Man City only really troubled us, but on the side that Emerson Royale was taken care of, and he again had a great night. So a nice bit of football from Royale. He's a player that's come good. It's nice to see, because when he was playing bad and he was getting all the stick and he was always smiling, maybe that's part of the reason why he got some stick. Maybe the fans thought he could take it, or maybe the fans thought he's taking the piss. I don't know, but to see him coming good is great, and getting stuck in a little mini melee was nice to see. And this is the refereeing I've got to talk about, and I'd be interested to know what any neutrals thought of the refereeing in this game, or refereeing in Spurs games in general, because I really, obviously I'm biased, but it really does feel like we don't get the rub of the green with these guys in black in the pit in the middle of the pitch. We really don't. I mean, what was that VAR red card about? I mean, it was a red card. He got it was two yellow cards in my mind. The first one was for the tackle on who was it, Richarlison, yellow card, and then the second one for the punch on the shoulder face into Royale. It's another yellow card. Emerson got a yellow for stepping in when he shouldn't, which is fair enough. But I think that the Chelsea guy should have been sent off. And the VAR leaves a bad taste in my mouth all the time. Football. It's like, football. A game of football is like a snapshot of life. It has a flow, a spirit, and when you're starting it so many times and hanging around, it takes more away from the game than referees making the odd bad decision, or I wouldn't even say bad decision, but incorrect decision. VAR. It's like having a dodgy kebab. Old refereeing was that you had a dodgy kebab, you'd take a bite, you'd spit it out, you'd move on, get on with your life. Maybe moan about, bought kebab, now I've got to get something else to eat. But you move on. Whereas VAR is like you take a bite of a dodgy kebab, and you know it's dodgy, and you swallow it, and then you're hanging around, and you're eating the whole lot, and then you're hanging around, and at the end of it, you're just sitting on the toilet for a day. And then later on in the match, where you think you've got over it, there's another VAR, and you're back on the toilet again. It's just... referees making mistakes is part of a human element of the game, and I really just want to see that back. And I think the thing that's driving all that is probably gambling. And I don't know, when you hand control over off to a room somewhere in Stockley Park, which I used to live near. I used to live in West Drayton, and Stockley Park was nearby. And it's fitting that Stockley Park was a rubbish dump. It was a refuse site that they just sort of paved over and put buildings on. So it's fitting that those nameless people, faceless people are making their decisions sitting on top of a big pile of shit, basically. And I think it even probably leaves it more open to corruption. Really, I mean, there's so much game in the so much money in the Premier League now. I think it's only a matter of time where something comes to light. And I'm not saying it just about the game last night. It's just in general. I think that there's going to be something happening in the game that we love, and it's going to really hurt us when it might turn out a certain stage where what we're seeing is not what we thought. I hope that doesn't happen. But VAR, I can't stand it. The goals. Ollie Skipp, who was a player I was really worried about after he came back from injury. It looked like he was 10% short, and he was trying to make up with that 10% by going in too hard on tackles, too tough. But I thought he was perfect last night, absolutely perfect. He was back to what we were seeing him last season. When that ball came out after Emerson's shot, the way Skipp just muscled over and took the ball, and he's head down. He got him out of the way, fair shoulder barge, got the ball, head down, bang, off the crossbar in the back of the net. First Premier League goal for him. Well done, Skipp. And then Harry Kane's goal, across from Son, a little. I don't know if Dyer was trying to score that or flick it on. I think he was trying to flick it on, but it went so far to Harry Kane's right. There's not many players that could manage to react and get their leg round that and get it in the back of the net than Harry Kane. He is an amazing player. Amazing player. I hope we don't flog him in the summer. I'd be happier if we kept him for a year. And if he wanted to go, he goes on a free. He's earned that. He's earned the right to do whatever he wants to do for his service to Tottenham. But it was a great game, and the fans were in full voice. It was booming through my telly. It was fantastic to hear the songs going on. It's good times. It's good times. We've got a few winnable fixtures in front of us now. We've got, I think we've got Wolves and some other rubbish teams. Got Milan, which I think we can overcome that. I think 2-1, maybe we'll go to extra time, but I think we'll win that game. And an FA Cup game against Sheffield United, which is probably going to be the challenge. That's where, knowing us, we'll probably rotate, and Sheffield United might do us. But if we get past them, then we really are into the sticky stages of the FA Cup. And we've got to take it seriously. Look at Man United winning just the Carabao Cup. And that could be a platform for them to do greater things. And I think a cup here or there for Spurs would do us the world of good, get that winning feeling back. So, well done, boys. It was a great performance. Be good to have Conte back still in. He's done a great job in his absence. And, onwards and onwards and upwards. Or ordere es facere. It's not to do, it's to do. It's ordere es facere. It's Latin, all right? Anyway, come on, you Spurs.